Hello. Just give me a few minutes to set myself up. Running late tonight. Was having some relaxing in good other ways. So let me look for a couple more supply pieces that I have in mind for tonight. So I was gonna dig here for a few minutes longer, and I have to be careful because Buddy's under me. Of course he is. Boo boo. So I'm looking for a set of dies, the Deckhold rectangle ones. I hope they're nearby. Yep, they're there. Woo, found them. Because they're a big component on tonight's video. Alright. Okay. Whew. Alright. Now I can get the mic on me. Hi. I'm setting up here. I got my curtain drop down for a change. I thought it might be nice to bring it back. Because I haven't used it in like a year. I've had it like bundled up and it looked like crap and it's starting to fall down. And it just looks worse. So yeah. Alrighty. So tonight's quest, doing something, and I'm lopsided because I'm usually a little more over here, but Buddy's under me and I cannot move the chair. So it's like, Buddy, I love you, boo boo. So tonight's quest is a couple different things happening. In our Stampin' Up! Team Facebook group, we're having someone who's showing creative projects each week, and I'm trying to kick myself to every so often try my own version of the same project. Plus, there's a color challenge that someone else posted with these 3 types of colors. So, first, I gotta find some paper. And I just realized I got the curtain up. Or down, I mean. So, let me flip over here. Look for some designer series paper that is of a Stampin' Up! Type. And let me see what I have access here so I can do the challenge. So the 3 colors we're working with, Melon Mambo, Boho Blue, and Granny Apple Green. That's none of those, none of those, none of those. Oh, that's pretty actually. Actually, that's really, you know what? Oh, ooh, okay. I love that sheet. Elaine, wherever you got this from, I love that sheet. I'm doing it. Okay. I have my inspiration already, right off the top. That's actually pretty darn good. Alrighty. So, I need to put this away. Give me a moment. This curtain thing, I like it and I don't like it. But it's something that I really should try to get used to it again. And of course, I gotta dig back over one more time. So, but yeah, stuff to figure out in the art room. I missed the curtain. I like the curtain actually. So I'm like, you know what? Let's bring it back. Alright, so we've got this. Now, I got colored pencils because I'm going to color the colors I'm going for in this project. Which is an extravagant feat, but it's going to be a good one. Alright, so then I need to find one of these dies. That's not like the other. I need one of these that will do 4 inches. Hopefully. Worst case, I don't have to use it. I just want a 4-inch die that more or less does the size of the card. And there she is. Okay. Because what I saw in the group looked really, really good. Okay, I kind of want a little smaller than that. Because I want to try this technique that she did with these dies. So I'm just doing process of elimination. No, it's too small. That way I can work out what my dies are. what happens if I go one more size up than that one, which is this one. Yeah, that might work better. Okay, there's our dies. That way I kind of know what I'm doing here, because I've got a plan. So we'll run all that through later. Might be a little wonky. Might be really hard to do. But we'll get there. Alright, so then I gotta cut that Designer Series paper sheet. But then we've got our dies. Because this technique that we will be doing, it looks pretty darn cool. So then I'm just gonna cut this to the sheet of, for like the card base, so 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. And then we're gonna more or less color the entire sheet. So I wasn't intending to do a long video tonight, but it's gonna be a long video. Oh well. So here we go. Alright, so the 3 colors. Now, I don't have boho blue in the pencils, but I do have blue. So let's just use blue. And then Granny Apple Green we have. And then Melon Mambo, which we have. So there's the 3 colors, which I can mix it up a little bit. But yeah, so here we go. So it's great that I think of this idea, you know, well into, oh, now I'm going to do this with this sheet of paper. So this might be a multi-night craft, I'm thinking. We'll see. We'll give it like an hour, and then we'll see where we're at. So I'm going to see if I can kind of speed through this. I'm going to do the smaller leaves in the Granny Apple Green. Or whatever the heck they're supposed to be. This doesn't have to be super fancy coloring. I just want it colored in. It's already given it some life already. So yeah, this is going to take a while tonight. Although I might change up the color scheme, we'll see. Yeah, this is going to take a while. Oh boy, I have to come up with a complicated project. So the topic of the video tonight is challenges. And what I'm working on is a mashup of 2 challenges. It's really one challenge, and I'm just purposely blending it with another concept. But speaking of challenges, so every Monday, the last few weeks, I've been participating in a direct sales, training thing. I've mentioned it before. And this week is on about asking for referrals. And I'm like, ugh. So I have a love-hate relationship with referrals. I think they're great if you actually know the person and you trust them with the information they're giving you. But there's times when, and it also has to take I have to be really wanting that piece of information. So, for example, I recently, from a referral ish, subscribed to Wolfpacks for the pups. And that's because I was actively off and on looking for something. So that's where, for me, in this case, the referral worked out because I wanted it suited something I needed or wanted, I guess, more want than need, and it was the perfect timing. Versus, I'm not a fan of referrals when if I'm not looking for it or it's just not within what I want to do right now. I don't give a damn about the referral. Like I don't want to receive the referral kind of thing. Type of if someone's gonna say, "Oh, you should go get this," yeah, but it doesn't suit where I'm at. So that's where I have like a love-hate relationship with referrals. But it's like this challenge that I'm doing made me think about, hey, why do I feel this way? Why do I have a positive and a negative about referrals? And that helps me understand where I'm at. So there we go. So with what I'm doing for this direct sales incentive, I don't know how I want to handle it. So I did put a post up today asking, hey, on the Facebooks and that, hey, welcome referrals to watch my videos. That would be great. If you think someone would actually enjoy watching this stuff, that would be wonderful. So, I also get it. I need to be specific with what I'm looking for, but I don't know yet. Anyway, so we're getting there. I'm just chipping away here. But yeah, this is good. This might be a multi-night project. Oh, kitty cat. But it's still gonna look really, really good. Alright, and there's no real up or down. I'm just rolling with however it goes. And it's okay if I'm not so in the lines. Because I'm making this project a little harder with, I gotta do these 3 colors. It's like, or I don't have to. But even the challenge that asks for the 3 colors indicates, you know, use whatever's close. Alright, so there's that for now. I'm gonna swap to the pink for a bit. And just work in that floweriness. It's a little dark actually, this melon mambo. I thought it'd be lighter for some reason. Probably if I shaded better, but I'm just, you know, playing with ideas tonight. Because I'm not sure yet how I'm doing the blue. Because that looks like a hot mess actually. Oh, that's okay. But I'm getting ideas. It looks like it's just me, myself, and I tonight. No referrals. It's all good though. I know I kind of last week wasn't on this video as much as I should have been. Yeah, I'm not a fan of the melon mambo on this, I'll admit that. It's not doing me. Not liking that. But it might get better. We'll see. I gotta sharpen the pencil. It's getting hard to work with. Ooh. Alright, let's keep it going. It's coming. Just looks weird though. Like normally I would have done different color scheme. Probably should have done different color scheme. But still cool though. It's just, looks weird. Ooh, I keep it going. Lots more to do. But yeah, it's just the time consuming part is the flowers and all this coloring. So this weekend, so this Saturday, if you're in the Kitchener area, and Friday too, sorry, Friday and Saturday, I'll be at Scrap Fest volunteering. My upline, as a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, she has a booth at Scrap Fest. So if you want to stop by, check it out. She would love it. So there's a referral I'm doing for her. I'll be there Friday night. Yay. I'm excited. Not quite sure what time yet. Alright, it's coming along. It's looking not bad. It's just, yeah. I gotta figure what I'm gonna do with the colors here. Alright, how are we doing for time? 20 minutes in? Okay. Yeah, because I don't want to be here all night. That's the thing. Like, I want to get in and get done. This is what happens when I decide to come up with something a little different. I still think it's going to be a cool card. I'll just color that in. Why not? Just continue on with the coloring. Just gonna swap back to the green for a sec to get that edge there. Alright, so then we got 2 more flowers for the dark pink, which is really dark. Not a fan of it. Yeah, if I did more technique, it would have been better, but I'm trying to operate in the limit of time. So the deal is with this video tonight, this is not the technique we're going for, the coloring part. It's just the challenge of meeting the quest of the colors. So that's the thing. If you don't have all the products that, you know, endless demonstrators may have, but you have some basic colors, or pencils or whatever, or inks or whatever, you can still come up with a representation of the challenge. So, like in this case, the only difference is the blue, but that's okay, you know. I'm glad that they're starting to rewrite the challenges description with a little hint of, hey, if you don't have the exact colors, that's okay. Work with the similar theme kind of thing by pairing a dark pink, a green, light green, and a blue kind of thing. So I think that's cool. Just give that a little more of a sharpen. All right, we're getting there. We're almost there. I gotta jump back to that green soon to fill in the big leaves. And then we gotta figure out what we're doing about the blue. I think the blue is gonna be cool. Now I got a couple different options to do with the blue. Because I'm back and forth on what I want to do with the blue. I'm actually starting to like this now. Now that it's colored in, it looks pretty good. Alright, one more big leaf. Then a decision. I think I'm going to leave it like that because I'm going to incorporate blue somewhere else. I like the way that looks actually, now that I've worked on it. Alright, so here's the tricky part. We're going to die cut this piece literally in one shot. Hi, buddy. I gotta move a few things around the table. It'll make life a lot easier. Die cut machine is up high. Let me grab it because I've now relocated it. Ooh. Come on, Biggie. So I'm using the Stampin' Up! Big Boy tonight. So this is the big boy that baby Buddy had chewed when he was a baby. So since then, the machines do not stay low for the doodles, or not low for long. So I'm just going to get this prepped up. I gotta get my plates, because this is going to be pretty darn cool, what we're going for. At least I think so, anyway. And I gotta figure out what plates I need, too, because I don't remember. I don't usually use big guy here. It's not my go-to. Alrighty. So I gotta read. So thin dies, I need plate 1. Plate 2, that's what I'm getting mixed up here. plate 1, plate 2, and then the sandwich pieces. So I need the one that's gonna get beat up. Then I gotta lay all my, I know you guys can't see what I'm doing. I will try to show. Let me at least set it up and I'll show you guys. Okay, so I got move this around a little more, and then I'll show you guys what we're up to. Okay, I'll pick this up very gently and show the camera. So I'm going to do them all in one shot. I'm being very careful because I've got these positioned. I don't want to bump them because that's one of the worst things is bumping it. I'm going to reposition the machine to my comfort. And the last plate goes on top to secure it on. And I'm just going to gently, I know you guys can't see me, it's all good. I'm just going to gently put it on. And I'm going to run this through and hope for the best. I missed the big guy because I love this machine. Now you can see it coming through, pretty looking good. Alright, so that's done. And that's the main part of die cutting for the night. Unless I get off into a new tangent. That could happen too. Alright, so hopefully that was good. You know, it's going to suck if it wasn't. So I'm going to put the machine away because I'm good for now. I only use the Big E if I'm doing a good sized piece like that. Otherwise, I use the Mini when I'm doing a whole bunch of little stuffs. As I'm hooking myself here, unintentionally. Alright, let me put the Big E away. Okay. So let's bring in our pieces. So we've got these 3 cool pieces. I get the plates put away. Alright, let's go prop that up. Now, I'm going to need a card base shortly. So, I'm going to put the dies away too so I don't accidentally give them to Buddy. Because that unfortunately happens. I've been fortunate with dies so far, but that stuff, me dropping things in the art room, that does happen. So I'm going to need a piece of white cardstock, which I have here. Ta-da! Magic of television. It's just convenient that way. So, fold in half. Maybe. Just trying to get the fold. I gotta get the bone folder. Alrighty. And then, in the meantime, I'm gonna put it on. But I'm just trying to think for a moment how I want to do this. I have 2 ways of doing this. I'm thinking. That's not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for a pack of paper that might have boho blue in it. Because that would make things a lot easier than the next step. Okay, boho blue's in here, but I don't know what it looks like. No, I'd rather something solid color, to be honest. But I'm gonna, well, nah, I'd rather solid color. Okay, let me rethink this. So this is not gonna work. But it was a good try though. Cause I don't have much for solid color for boho blue. That's the thing. Yeah, I'm a little stuck on that idea. Alright, let me put that back. As I think for a moment. Because I want to shortcut a little here. But there are ways to shortcut. Well, let's see what the flip side of this looks like. With that bluish stripey. Yeah, and I want a little more solid than that. Okay, I'm thinking, guys. Because, yeah, I want solid. Alright, well, if in doubt, I can grab some cardstock. I gotta be careful, because, again, I can't move my chair because of Buddy. Hi, Buddy Boo Boo. Yeah, he's still here. Alright, I'm just gonna grab a piece of blue. I hope I have a piece of blue. Let's see what's in this pack. Does not have blue. Nice try, though. Okay, I gotta take the mic off because I can't reach, because I can't move my chair. Thanks, Buddy. Of course, I can't see in there. Okay. I've got a blue coming up. I don't know what this color is, but we're rolling with it. Yeah, I just wish I could move my chair, Buddy. I know I'm bugging you, because I'm bumping you. But dude, you make it hard when you curl up right under Mama. So this isn't boho blue, but I think it'll suffice for what we're trying to do. So I want to cut this at 5.5 by 4 this time. So I can create a nice little panel. Yeah, it looks lighter on camera actually. So then this, I'm going to glue it down now while I find my glue, because this will work with what I'm thinking. So the top and the bottom are going to line up while the sides are going to be a little bit offset, like so. Okay. And then this gets glued on. With adhesive. So then that goes on centered. And then let's match this up properly so we know. This goes on with dimensionals. Make sure I'm wearing the mic here. This project we're getting near completion. The only thing that left will be the phrase, but we'll worry about that in the short. Doing pretty good for, you know, quickly coloring. I don't like that blue, but you know what? I'm working with it. Alright, so let's line it up. So this goes nicely in, but it's popped up with dimensionals. So it's got like a neat like window effect happening. And then this goes on with dimensionals, but double the dimensionals. So I'm going to need another pack to make this happen properly, because if I cut the edges, it's just not going to work for the dimensionals. So I'm just going to pull out what I've got. So there we go. Now I can put this stuff away. Alrighty. So then the trick is to use dimensionals twice. Okay, so I got first layer on there, and then Mora, had put a second layer right on top, which was pretty darn cool. As they're sticking to me. So this means this card's really going to be stepped up, because it's got double the dimensionals. So double layer happening, which is cool. I'm going to put those off to the side. And then get my orientation correct. And then the idea is, I gotta bring this close to me, hold on, is you skew it. Like that. That way you got super 3D stuff happening. Okay, but we're not done. We gotta do a phrase. And I feel like it needs some flowers actually, but I don't know yet. That might take a bit to figure out. So it needs a phrase. And the phrase I'll do in blue, but I'm gonna do it in like Pacific Point. Because I know I have that color. I just don't know if I have that color here. Let me see. Hope I do. I might not. Might have to go look for it. Yeah, I'm gonna have to pull it out. Okay, bear with me a moment. I'm gonna go find Pacific Point. Yep. Still trying to get used to the curtain thing. It was tonight, I'm like, I'm gonna use the curtain tonight. And then it's like, yeah, but now it makes it hard. I gotta take the mic off so I can go find the ink. It just makes it harder to find stuff when I don't have everything nearby. And Buddy won't move. Hey, Buddy. Alright, I was gonna leave the curtain half up for a moment. Words of the wise. Prep ahead. Alright, found Pacific Point. There we go. I'm gonna pop that away now. There we go. Who cares about the curtain right now? Okay, so then next up, I'm gonna take a piece I've already pre-die cut because I think that will work well. Actually, no, I don't like it. I'm gonna take one of these strips. No, I don't like that either. Sorry, I know I just picked my nose, but just trying to think what I can do here. I'm getting an idea. Alright, but I need a stamp though. So I have Thinking of You. I'm going to use that. Now I need a block, which I put them away. Of course I did. Of course I put the blocks away. And I'm debating whether or not to die cut some flowers. So yeah, this card's starting to turn into something. I don't have my water bucket ready. I might need that. I definitely want to use the blue ink. That way we can work back the blue. Oh, I'm getting an idea. It doesn't have to be portrait orientation. Let's see for a sec. We could always go landscape. And I think that might be really cool. Alright, let me look at that in a moment after I dry my hand. Yeah, I kind of like... Okay, landscape looks better. Okay. We're going landscape. So then, let's stamp this, thinking of you. I don't remember what stamp this is from, but we're rolling with it. So there's thinking of you, which looks really, really good. And so I can put that along the bottom. I like that a lot. And then I might die cut some flowers. So let's chop that. Let me get some scissors. So again, I'm still using my old scissors Elaine because I'm kind of quirky that way. I just want like a little weird offset on that on purpose. So that though, I'm going to use dimensionals to put down. Bring the scissors back. Ooh, good sneeze. So I'm just going to cut 2 little pieces to at least get going here. I might as well cut a third, why not? Help the middle a little better. And I gotta find some dies of flower stuff. So I like that. Or I could do like a little bit of ribbon. That's possible too. That requires digging. BRB again. This is my ribbon box. So let's see what we can work with from here. I've got like everything. I just whacked my head on my paper trimmer. Good job. Alrighty. Ooh, I see something I like. No, I don't. I like that, but it's not going to go tonight. Alright, if I see something I like. I just got to free it open. Need a little more light. Because I'm not emptying the entire box. Hi, Boo-Boo. You staring at Mommy? Gotta be careful about snipping my fingers. Alright. I just need a little piece of ribbon. Alright, I've got a little piece. So I'm just going to put the box somewhere. Okay, let me put it safe because Buddy's now perked up and staring at me. And I hope I won't need more. But if I do, oh well. I'll work with it. Oops. Alright, we're good. Yes, I definitely need to redo the art room. Okay, I'm not here for an hour. Yeah, almost an hour. Alright, so the last step is... I should have had this a little longer, but I didn't. But see if I can make a knot on this. I hope I can. I certainly hope I can. Because I should have left it a little longer. I saw Moira attempt to do a knot thing, and I'm like, I kind of liked it actually, the concept of just got like a little bit of a knot, and I might actually use that on a lot of my projects. Like just simple and sweet kind of thing. So, there we go. Simple and sweet. So let me get some good adhesive on there to stick that knot on. There we go. Just a neat little, doohickey stuck on there. And then for the finale, we can bling it up. Assuming I have blue bling, which I do. Yes, I do. Yes, yes, yes. I've got some blue bling. Yes. It's not a bad card. I would have liked it to be a little better. But it's quite nice though. Alright. Now I'm debating with myself what to use. Hold on. I'm overthinking it. I like these blues better than the other blues. And just put some bling on there. I'm going to use some different sizes. And there we go. There's our card. Different, eh? I think it would have looked better if I didn't do this color scheme. However, still pretty darn good for a neat little card. Alright, and with that, we're going. That's the end of the night. And gotta go. Alright, I'm just gonna do a quick, somewhat organized here. But yeah, let me know what you think of the card. I'll take a picture of it after, because maybe it'll look better as a photo versus looking at it just straight on right now. That might resonate a little better, but because it's got a 3D effect. I'll hold it up in a sec. Give me a moment. I'm just trying to get stuff put away here. Let me hold it up for you. Then you might, yes, because when you hold it up, you can kind of see the layering a little better, which makes it super, super neat. So, anyway, it's a neat idea. I'm mixed feelings, but still turned out quite nicely. And with that, everyone, good night. And feel free to suggest to your friends if you love this video. I would welcome it if you suggest to them to check me out sometime. Okay, bye.